Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. So for the month of January, I'm having to reevaluate my long-term breakfast storage ideas. Now I have about 6 buckets that I put a variety of different what I call long-term storage ideas or preps in. And because we did 1 year without a grocery store, we have eaten through our oatmeal and our sort of breakfasty items in our kitchen working pantry and our short-term pantry. So I'm having to go into my longer-term pantry to pull out items from there, and that's what I'm doing today. Now, I have also been told that I should be really substituting out my commercial pancake mixes for maybe homemade, but again, the flour, I've been told, doesn't last that long. So it's like a catch-22. And then I have the problem with my flour. So I don't want to do that route just yet. So this is what I've come up with. So needless to say, once I open these 6 buckets, I am a little overwhelmed, but I'm going to try and get through this as best as I can and see what we come up with. And here are my 6 breakfast item buckets, and I do it this way because my family does not like to eat the same thing day in, day out. And I like to, if I had to open something, I don't want to have a big 5-gallon bucket of the same thing that I have to quickly work through. So here they are, and I'm glad they are different dates that I put them up. So that was kind of good foresight on my part. So this is what I'm going to be trying to sort out today. So needless to say, this project took more than 1 day. I kept getting interrupted. I had to make breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And yeah, so it took me a lot longer than I had anticipated. But this is what I got out of the buckets. Now, like I said, every bucket has a little variety of different breakfast items. So this was one of the things that someone commented that I should be really replacing because it has oil in it and it will go off, it will go rancid over time. See, I did this in 2020, so this is already 4 years old. And I have some other pancake mixes here. I have this one is the buttermilk complete, so this has oil in it. And then I have some quick grits and hash browns. It's like a little variety, like I keep saying, of different things, so we're not eating the same thing. So I'm thinking that maybe, I don't know, I am so overwhelmed right now. This is just the first bucket. I have 5 more to go. So I initially came in here for the oats and the mixes, the pancake, not the pancake mixes. This is a pancake mix that I actually checked to make sure it did have oil in it. I still had the box. You know how old this is if it's Aunt Jemima, because they're no longer Aunt Jemima. But anyway, it does have oil in it. I did confirm it does have oil in it. So I'm going to have to use those up more quickly than I had anticipated. So this is what's left in the first bucket. More pancake mix. What am I gonna do? And going through the other buckets, I'm wanting that oats, and I want the muffin mix for sure to get out of here because I really need to use those up seriously, like right now. And the mixes, yeah, I've had some go rancid on me, so I need to use those up before they do. And this is oats, and we're needing that because we're out of it in our kitchen pantry and short-term storage pantry. So the rest of this is pretty much more oats, more hash browns. Those are the muffins that I'm looking for that I knew were in the buckets. And it just continues. So I'm going to go through all of these buckets and pull out all the muffin mixes for sure and see how much pancake mix is in each. And I'm figuring it's going to be a lot, and I'm not going to want to, we're not going to use all of this in the next little bit. So I'm going to have to make a decision here and decide what I want to do with these 6 buckets. So for now, I'm just going to take all the muffin mix out and just kind of see how many of each I have in them. So that was another issue I was running into. Even though it looks like it's sealed, this one looks like it's sealed, it is not as hard as the one that is next to it. So the seal is not as strong as the other one. And I know it was when I did it, but yeah, now it's not. So that's one thing. I'm going to have to go through every single last package and make sure the seal's sealed. So this is what's left at the bottom of each of the buckets. I have taken out a majority of the top layer. It's a little hodgepodge of everything. There's hash browns, there is oats, quick oats, there is grits, quick grits, there is mashed potatoes, instant mashed potatoes, what else? Just a little variety of different breakfast items. So what I'm going to do now, this is going to be controversial. Some people's not going to like it, whatever. This is what I'm going to do for my family. So this is what is left that I want to try, and I don't know. You know what? I don't know. And I'm going to make some people mad when I do this, and others are going to understand. But this is what I'm going to do for me. So here is the bottom of each of the buckets. It's a combination of pancake mix, the crusties, and some other breakfasty pancake mixes. Here is what came out of the first bucket. This is some Bisquick that's obviously the seal's not still there. I'm going to use that up immediately, well, as immediately as I can. And the rest of this is all the oats that I was looking for and the muffin mixes. So this is out of the first bucket. This is the first one that I'm dealing with, the oldest one. And I'm going to use this up as quickly as I possibly can. Just like, I don't know, about 16 or so of these muffin mixes. Well, not various. I think there's only like 3 different flavors. Chocolate chip, and wild berry. No, and there's an apple cinnamon. Yeah. So there's about 16 or 18 of these packages that I need to use up. And I will start using these up fairly quickly because these are the ones that, not particularly these ones, this brand, but they went rancid on me and I had to throw a few of them out from my kitchen pantry. So these down here, the other 5 buckets, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to repack them. I'm going to check all the seals and everything that's in here. I'm going to repack because I looked at the Augustin Farm buttermilk pancake mix, and I looked at the ingredients. It has oil in it, but it has a 10-year shelf life. Now I know that this is commercially sealed and it's in a number 10 can, which is not exactly as foolproof as what I'm doing with mine, but I think if I can get it to maybe 6 and 8 years, then I'll be okay. I can rotate through this more easily because this amount in this first bucket is more than I need for my family for 1 year. Yeah. So I literally have 6 years worth of breakfast foods here for my immediate household right here in these 6 buckets. Because we only eat a pancake breakfast about 2 or 3 times a month and maybe once a month for dinner. We do breakfast for dinner. So yeah, I have more than enough. So what I'm thinking is the oats that I took out of the other 5 buckets, I'm actually going to replace them with the instant mashed potatoes I have here. I have enough of the flavored ones to get me through the next 2 months. So I'll use these to fill up the voids left by the oats and the muffin mixes. And any of these grits or hash browns that I have in the first bucket, I'm going to fill up the other 5 buckets with. Probably the last thing I'm going to do, if I have enough, I'm going to switch out these regular seal lids with some gamma lids. These lids are a beast to get open without breaking the seal. Now I use that bucket lifter, the bucket opener, and it was still really hard to do. But I'm going to put as many gamma lids, I think I have a few, probably like 4, that I'm going to replace these ones with. So as it turns out, I only had 3 of the gamma lids, so I guess that's something else to add to my March 1st list of things to get. So these 3 buckets will go back in my long-term storage, as well as the other 3. So that's how I'm going to be rotating my long-term breakfast items in my long-term storage. So remember, stay safe and keep prepping. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and click that notification bell to be notified when I upload videos. Remember, stay safe and keep prepping.